Litecoin and Bitcoin breakout come in. What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. I hope everyone's having a good weekend. We're going to take a look at the long-term bullish scenario first. Then we're going to take a look at the shorter-term bullish and bearish scenario for Litecoin and Bitcoin. I've adjusted the way I'm going to do the charts for now on. I had a subscriber make a suggestion about pre-drawing the lines to make it quicker, so we're going to try that out, see how it works. Also, if you guys haven't noticed, we started a Discord group, and I'll leave the link to that in the description. Check it out. Come on in. There's people joining and sharing your charts, and it's more friendly than most of the Discords. We don't allow, a bunch of negative criticism. So check it out if you get a chance. And let's get into the charts.
1, 2, 3, jump!
All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any investing or any trading in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market can be extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind that it's still a speculative market, and don't put in more than you're willing to lose. So that being said, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell. That'll get you notified when I post new videos so you don't miss out on anything. And then smash those likes. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think, guys. It really helps the channel out when you guys leave the comments, hit the thumbs up, and share the video also. If you belong to any groups, get the video out there. Let's try to grow this channel. All right, so looking at the daily, we're looking at Litecoin in the daily, as you can see. And we have these, I have these two targets, and that's what I'm going to show you in the daily, and then we're going to move on to the 4-hour. But the first one here, we're going to look at this as a cup and a handle here, and this would be the neckline around the 47.30 range. And if we measure that to the bottom of the cup, that would, and then we bring it over to where we would break out, that gets us to the $72 range. Again, guys, like I said, these are longer targets, and that's if we continue with the bullish move. And then the next one is measuring this as a cup and the handle over here, and the neckline would be right around the 51.70 range. But we bring it over, set it on top of the neckline, and that's what gets us the $80 to $81 range there. Now I'm going to go into the RSI and see what we're looking like there. As you can see, I had this rising wedge drawn here, and we've gotten support, and resistance, and that's what makes our symmetrical triangle. And I do believe if we do continue with the bullish move, we'll come up and test this one more time before continuing down. And then after this area here, I think we'll see the correction. Let's go into the 4-hour, and then we'll get into the shorter term targets, bullish and bearish, and how I've gotten them. So, all right, looking at this, I have, as you can see, the two lighter lines. Looks like a symmetrical wedge, and that we're bouncing in and out of, and I think we'll have one more bounce up here. These two lines here, the X you see, are just support became resistance lines, as you can see, and then the same on this side. So, but anyways, I do believe we're going to come up to at least this area and possibly break out and come up a little higher, but we won't know that until we see what happens. So now I'm going to get into the targets and how I've gotten them in the shorter time frame. We're in the 4-hour now. Then let's look at the shorter term targets and how I got to them. So here we go. Here's I have this flagpole measured here for this bull flag, and if we take the length of the flagpole, go to where it broke out of the flag, that's what gets us up to this $68 area, guys. And these are the two short-term targets that I'm looking at, and I do believe we're going up to these targets. But like I said, we're going to take a look at the bearish scenario too. I know some people have this drawn as a rising wedge, and that's why I have the dotted line here, which is possible, but I do believe this is more of a channel here. So anyway, that's just my opinion. And the second one, the target here, I've measured this flagpole to this flag, this bull flag, and we would take the measurement of the flagpole to where we broke out, and that's what gets me to the $65 range, guys. So those are my short-term targets there. And then if we look at the bearish scenario, which would be if we broke back down to test this area, if this doesn't hold around the $54.50 to the $55 range, then we're looking at measured move of this rising channel, and we would come to, if we broke out, we would be getting back into this rising channel below it, and that would bring us down to the $41 range. So those are my targets I'm looking at now from there. And also I wanted to show you that I have a measured move. Let me put this back up here. I have a measured move from here on this channel, this rising channel here, from where we broke out. And if I put that up to where we broke out, the measured move on that would also be the $65 range. So I just wanted to put that out there, what I'm seeing there. Also, let me zoom into the 1 hour chart and kind of look at what's going on with that. And as you can see, it looks like a bull flag printing here, possibly. Right here, bull flag printing up. But as you can see, we're getting support on the EMAs, as in, like, on the 4 hour, we were also getting them. Yeah. On the 4 hour, we've broken down and broken back above and seem to be getting support on them. How about the daily? And again, guys, my EMAs that I use are my 8, my 14, 21, 55, and 200 EMA. So yeah, we seem to be getting support still off our EMAs here, and we'll see what happens. But I am steering more towards the bullish scenario of these two targets, the $65 and the $68 range. So all right, let's get into Bitcoin. Don't forget to subscribe, smash those likes, and leave your comments, guys. Also share the video if you belong to any group. So looking at the longer term in Bitcoin, now we got the longer term bullish targets here. First one, we have a measured move. If we measured this symmetrical triangle, as you can see, the solid line on the top, dotted line on the bottom, which we broke out of here, came back down and tested. We would take a measured move of that to where we broke out from the widest part of the channel, put it up. That gets us to around the $4,900 range, guys. Now, if we take a look at another formation, which would be this as an atom and an eve, and the neckline would be right around the 4180 range. We would measure from that neckline down to the bottom of the atom, and then we would bring that over to where we break out, if we were to break out there, and that gets us to the $5,200 to $5,300 range, guys. That's what I'm looking at in the longer target. And again, that's if we break these smaller targets, which we're going to get into next. And also we have what looks to be a inverted head and shoulders, which this would be the left, then this would be the head and the right shoulder, and that breakout line would be around the 4112 area. And we make a measured move from the tip of the head to that neckline, and then if we put it on top of the neckline, if we were to break out there, that also gets us to the $49 range, guys. So that's why I'm bullish here. There's more that seems to be pointing to the bullish scenario than the bearish. But again, before any of that happens, guys, we would have to look at these targets first. But I'm going to go to the RSI real quick, take a look at that, and as you can see, I have this rising channel drawn here, which we could come back down, test the bottom. But I believe if we go down here, then we're going to be looking at the bearish scenario if we break through. Otherwise, you know, I believe we could be coming up to test the top of this one more time. Going to the 4 hour RSI, and this looks kind of messy, but all the lines actually mean something. But if you look at the two solid ones here there was a channel form. We broke down, kind of a bear trap back in and getting support again. And then if you look here, I've drawn this line in, which makes this more of a rising channel, which we're getting support right now. I do believe it's possible that we break down, come back down, test this, and come back in the channel. But I do still see the bullish scenario as us coming up further. But again, we won't know that until we know if these lines are going to hold or not. Now I'm going to get into the 4 hour and look at the more short term targets that I'm looking at for Bitcoin. So let's get into, zoom in a little bit. All right, now we're on the 4 hour, and I'm just going to take a look at the shorter term targets here and where I get them from. And if we look here, I had this bull flag. Let me zoom in a little bit. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. And sorry about all the lines. It's just other things I'm looking at. But measured this flagpole with this bull flag, and we would put it up to the top here. And that's what gets me the 4170 range, guys. And there's going to be some heavy resistance there, and we may come back down, and you know, we may break down from there. But there is a possibility we continue on up from there. But for the short term, this is my target around the 41. I'd say 4150 to 4170 range. I'm going to put this back down here. And now I'm going to look at, if you look here, this is a channel that I have drawn, a rising channel. And I know, like I said, most people are drawing this as a rising wedge, but I don't know. I see this as a rising channel right now. And if we were to break up out of it in this area somewhere, you know, if we got up to this 4170 and broke up and out of that, that's what gets me to the $4,300 range. And if we do the measured move on that channel, if we were to break down from here, so that would be, you know, if this 3930 area broke, then we'd be looking at the target of around 31 or 3720, somewhere in that area, which would be retesting the top of this falling wedge right here, this solid line coming down. So that would make sense also if we were to break down. But like I said, I'm still steering towards the bullish target up here, around the 4150 to 4170 range. That's what I'm looking at today, guys. So again, if you haven't already, click the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. That'll get you subscribed. Tick notification bell. That'll get you notified when I post new videos. You won't miss out on anything. And then smash those likes, guys. Leave your comments. Make sure you share the video if you belong to any groups and stuff. Really helps the channel grow. I really appreciate everybody that's been commenting, giving thumbs up and all that. Appreciate it. Hope everyone has a great day. Thanks.